All style, no substance is a chilling put-down to a presenter. This is the refuge of scoundrels, though, who themselves are totally devoid of ability when it comes to presenting their ideas to an audience. When they see the skilled in action, they hunker down in defense and spew out this type of put-down nonsense to compensate for their own soaring failure of presentation professionalism. These people make me sick. Welcome back to this weekly edition every Monday of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy here in Japan, ready to help you. I'm the president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan and the best-selling author of two books, Japan Sales Mastery and my new book, Japan Business Mastery. We are bringing the show to you from our studio in the High Performance Center in Akasaka, the business center of Japan. This is a very important show. Why do we call it the Cutting Edge? In this show, we are looking at the critical factors for success in business in Japan. We want to help expand and advance everyone's thinking so that we can all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. Before we get going into this week's topic, here's what caught my attention lately. The total number of criminal acts in 2018 dropped to 817,338. This is the 16th year of straight decline. Compared to the peak year of 2002, that number is roughly a quarter of what it used to be. Theft accounted for 70% of crimes. Domestic violence numbers, however, totaled 8,229 in the year 2018. Compared to 10 years earlier, that number today is 12 times higher. Child abuse is up from 242 in 1989 to 1,149 last year. Sexual offences were up, but most go unreported. In a random survey of 6,000 people aged 16 and older, of 3,500 respondents, 35 said they had been sexually assaulted in the last 5 years, but 80% of them didn't report the crime. Crimes by foreign visitors and residents peaked at 43,622 in the year 2005, down 6 years later to 2,065. This is episode number 118, and we are talking about 3 absolute fundamentals for success. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. Highly knowledgeable people are often at a big disadvantage in business. They have expertise and experience. Their opinion is sought after. They have high personal levels of credibility. They often went to prestigious schools, elite universities, completing challenging degrees. They have paid their dues and have worked their way up the greasy pole to the upper reaches. Yet they have feet of clay when it comes to representing their section, division, department, company, or industry. They are a dud when presenting. There is a skill to presenting. We talk about born salesmen, born leaders, born presenters. What we are doing is acknowledging that the roots of their skills have been long in the making. They showed some capability at a young age around being confident when talking in front of others, or persuading others to follow their lead, or selling their suggestions successfully to their peer group. Success breeds success. And so, as they grew up, these attributes became more and more and more refined and polished. By the time we meet them, they seem the complete package. The idea that you had to be born with these skills becomes entrenched in the popular mind. Usually it's an excuse for the observer's own shortcomings. They haven't done the work, so they misname the condition as wrong genes rather than wrong attitudes. The education of the highly specialised person means many years of diving deep into the nitty-gritty of their area of expertise. This is done at the expense of developing other skills. The reason we have an MBA or Master degree in Business Administration is because engineers were so hopeless at everything other than engineering. At school, they were avoiding English classes in favour of science, mathematics. They never bothered with fluffy, soft subjects like debating or philosophy or history or the social sciences. They were hard science types. Then they get promoted. Now they're having to do tasks way outside the engineering realm for which they were basically woefully uneducated. So they had to be sent back to university for some remedial education. This became the MBA. And as the professional consulting firms started hiring them, the degree became a brand and a road to higher pay and positions in companies. Now, with so many mediocre folk running around with MBAs, the playing field has been levelled again, and people are being judged on their ability and not the degree brand. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to become a fully competent and confident presenter, then do the High Impact Presentations course. We are all being judged when we speak, be it in the internal team meeting or in a public environment, be it the big bosses, clients, or an industry audience. Everyone is evaluating us. Don't blow it. Get the best training on the planet. Do the High Impact Presentations course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. So here we have high knowledge, low skill, low attitude constructs for some leaders who find they need to present. The low attitude in this example doesn't refer to their commitment dedication, engagement, or enthusiasm for their work. It refers to their dismissal of the importance of presenting as part of the total professional's toolbox. They see it as froth on beer, fluff, smoke, and mirrors type of stuff, style with no substance. It is hard to master presenting when this is your starting point. So they bludgeon their audiences with boring, heavy, data-laden talks, devoid of stories, delivered with a stern face and a serious air. These days, within seconds, they have lost their audience. First impressions are the basis of our decision to continue to listen to the speaker or to escape to the internet, secured in our hand, hidden under the desk. We know that audience distraction is at a level never been experienced before by humankind. We had better have a killer opening to the talk because we have between 3 and 30 seconds to capture the attention of our audience. We can deliver facts without emotion, or we can deliver them with passion and belief. Knowledge is all I need, speakers. With this mantra, just don't get it. It is not enough anymore. We need to be able to communicate with people across all levels of understanding of the subject, with various interests and biases. We need to be memorable, to be building our personal and professional brands. People won't recall all the detail of the talk, but they will walk away with either a positive or negative or non-residual impression of our talk. Conviction and confidence sell our messages, build credibility for our argument, and convince others of our point of view. In a world awash with information, alternative facts and fake news, being remembered as trustworthy, knowledgeable, and reliable is more important than in the past. The trustworthy and reliable bits come from our ability to marshal our knowledge and deliver it in such a way that the audience is attracted to our key messages and to us as speakers. These soft skills are required more than ever. It is time to switch attitudes, add skills, and become the complete package as a presenter. This means being knowledgeable, skillful in delivery, and having the right attitude toward wanting to win the audience over. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show is here to help you succeed in Japan. Subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Thank you for watching this episode, and remember to hit the subscribe button. Our website details are on screen now, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. It's awesome value, so check it out. Please leave me some feedback on YouTube. I would love to know how this show helped and what other topics you are interested in for me to cover. Remember, I'm here as a free resource to help you. So just tell me how I can help you best. You might also enjoy my other weekly shows for podcasts. Well, Mondays we have the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast version. Tuesdays we have the Presentations Japan Series podcast. Wednesdays we have the Sales Japan Series podcast. Thursdays the Leadership Japan Series podcast. And Fridays we have the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Also, on Fridays, I release my other TV show, the Japan Business Mastery Show on YouTube. In episode number 119, we are talking about when selling, timing is key. Find out more about that next week. So, yoroshiku Onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you, and we've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.